Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. It is Mimosas and Makeup, y'all, but if you looked at the title, we're doing mocktails and makeup, at least for now. This is my mocktail. This is from Recess. This is not sponsored. I have just done research to try to find something that I would like. I really like this because it has adaptogens in it, so that just helps your body's reaction to stress. So these are supposed to, you know, keep your body nice and calm and allow you to have a recess. So I'll talk a little more about that after the intro. Today is a Do We Love Them video, and it's probably volume 1 because I've decided to pull out all of my DIOR Quints. We're gonna do 3 today and see how do we still feel about them. Some of them are 3 years old. Yeah, 3 years old, yep. So if you wanna just see some looks I did for work and just hang out and chit chat, keep watching this video, let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you wanna hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm gonna go ahead and crack this open. So yes, these Recess drinks actually have a powder too that you can just put in water or a smoothie. But basically these are craft mocktails and I got a variety pack, and this one is a ginger mule. It only has 20 calories for the can, 6 carbs, which is great, and 5 sugars total. I am partaking in dry January. I'm just doing a little experiment. I've never done it before, but I'm just trying to see the effects of alcohol on my weight and my mental health and my sleep, and I do know what will happen if I stop. So we'll just see. I really like these though. They're really good, and I really like drinking like wine and things like that when I come home in the evening, but I think it's more habitual. So now I'm craving these. So it's the same thing with wine, eyeshadow palettes, and everything else that I have an obsessive personality about. So I do like these. They're a little pricey. That's what I'm doing right now because the alcohol is not serving me. So we gotta do something else. Anyway, y'all, I'm happy that you're here today. We are going to be going into my DIOR Quints, and as I was saying, this is probably going to be more than one video because I have a nice amount of DIOR eyeshadow products and Quints. We're going to be doing 3 Quints today. The first one's going to be Coral Paisley. The second one is going to be Jungle. I don't really know what I did with Jungle, but that's kind of like a little khaki grungy green one. And then the last one is going to be Beaute, and that's this one. So let's go ahead and get into these 3 looks, and then I will be back at the end to close out the video. Also, don't forget to let me know how you are doing in the chat or the comment section. All right, let's get into it. I hope you are doing really well. I woke up today and listened to some affirmations, and I think that's really going to be helpful with just getting my mind ready for the day. I am thankful and I'm happy to be listening to those affirmations, and let me know if you want some links because it's just on YouTube. Anyway, back in 2020 when I first started my channel, these DIOR Quints were all the rage. I think it's because DIOR had reformulated and people just were into these Quints. They just were into them. I wasn't sure if I was going to be an indie creator, a luxury creator. Turns out I'm a bit of both. And I was collecting these, whether I was buying them, getting them on sale, Macari. I have a bunch. One of the ones that I really love is the one I'm going to start with. It's called Coral Paisley. Now, this is a more recent reformulation where they came out with these velvet Quints. And the packaging is matte and the component is matte. Whereas when I do another one, I'll show you how it's shiny and fingerprint central. Well, this is fingerprint central as well. But I really like this one a lot. And I am wearing this DIOR lipstick called Rouge Orange. And I got this little peach pomelo from House Labs. So I just thought this one would be great. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Now these quints are just great for simple looks. And oftentimes within the packaging, this one doesn't have it. They had look ideas inside. So basically, I mean, you could do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You could go this way, you could go this way, you could go diagonal. There's a lot of different ways to wear the quints, but you're gonna get generally the same type of look. Some may be more bold than others, but it's not like you're using all 5 shades. And I really like the simplicity of them, actually, and the quality is really good. So I'm gonna actually start with this shade right here. I'm gonna use a Bristles Beauty EO2 RL brush. I'm not sure if this is the brush I really want to use. Now this is a satin shimmer, so I'm just putting this up in the brow bone area. As you can see it right there, it's mostly gonna get covered up. I'm gonna go into this brown. I'll probably still end up using like 4 shades though, just so y'all know. But they're simple. They blend out really well. But if you're an indie lover like me, you're not always in the mood for this. You know, sometimes you want a little more oomph, you know. And these can be hit or miss with that. Some of them are really, really pigmented and have nice shimmers, actually. Some of them do. More sparkly ones. And then some of them just have these satin shimmers, and sometimes I'm in the mood for that. Like today. I might end up using all 5, actually, knowing me. All right, I'm gonna go into the brown. No, I'm not. Not yet. Yes, I am. Brown. Just try to keep that in the crease. Because the highlight is this coral shade. I love that shade in this palette. But, I mean, you can see, like, if you don't have a lot of time, these blend really well. I'm going to work, you know. So it's going to give you a nice little work look. It's really easy. Now, the price point, I don't know if they're worth the $60 price point or whatever they are, 55 I think they are. But if you could catch them on sale or Macari, you could get these for like really good deals, $30, $35. All right, let's go into the highlight shade for me, which is this one. I'm gonna put it on the lid too. So as far as blending and all that, I mean, you don't really have to do anything at all. I'm just gonna put it all over the lid. Really, because I really like this color a lot. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you can just see, like, it's really easy to blend. Let's turn it down like that. Yeah, there we go. And these are perfect for me for work because it's like I don't have to put in a whole bunch of guesswork of like the colors. And I don't know, I can't remember because it's been a long time since these came out. I'm not sure what kind of looks people do anymore with the DIOR quints, but I have a pretty much a like indie eyeshadow style, I think. So I'm going to try to build these up to their maximum potential. And some people feel like luxury eyeshadows don't have pigment, but it's really not true. I think you have to look at the creator and you have to look at how they do their eyeshadow, because I haven't really had that experience with the luxury stuff. I think they build up just fine. At least these do. I don't have a wide range of luxury shadows that I've tried. Luxury brands, like Pat McGrath is a luxury brand. But I mean, as far as like Dior, Chanel, Tom Ford, I haven't had an issue. I mean, I think some shades aren't meant to be built up, but I think this has pretty good build up. So I'm going back into the deeper brown and putting it underneath. I can definitely see why these had the what is it, the rage that they did, you know. I think with Dior, the issue is that a lot of their quints mimic each other. So they may call it something and you're like, okay, no, like I have this already. Going into the, so I went here and now I'm going back here. I think the thing with me is like, I like to have something where I can make a variety of looks. So, you know, if I was traveling, I'd have to bring like a whole bunch of these, which is not really ideal. But for this, going to work, they're perfect. I mean, got a little dark there, but that's the look. I mean, what else can you ask for? We need an inner corner highlight, and I am going to just use this shade here. It's not going to be super popping, I don't think, but I'm going to spray it. Oh, I guess that's a little something. I will say that every time I've worn this, like to work, someone has said something about the eyeshadow every single time. And then the times where I've been wearing like my little intricate indie shadows, nobody be saying anything. So I'll let y'all know, but every single time I wear this one, someone says something. So that's it, y'all. I'll be back with my liner and mascara. I'll show you the sweater, the cardigan I'm wearing too, and you'll see why I wanted to wear this one. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna show you all my outfit for today, and then I'll show you the final look. So this is a cardigan from Farm Rio. I got it when they had their 50% off sale. So that's why I wanted to use this quint today. And then I'm wearing my new Converses I got in this mustard, I guess, or it's not mustard, but it's kind of a rusty peach, I would call it, brown, I don't know. So I think this quint was a really good choice. I did use the Victoria Beckham liner in this shade Bordeaux, and my scent of the day, while I am thinking about it, is a Burberry Goddess. So, oh my gosh, I have a travel size in my bag. So this is what the final look looks like. I use Pat McGrath Dark Star mascara. A brown mascara would have looked really nice, and I have a new brown mascara, so that's something to think about. But I still love this. It's very simple and effective, and I'm all about the ease. So let's get into another quint. All right, you all, next day, and do we still love her Dior quints? Today, we are gonna play with Jungle. And I was inspired to pull this out, and I actually did a little playful look with it, not for filming or anything, but if you watch Gigiz Beauty, she was comparing this one to the newly reformulated one, which is khaki, but she really loves Jungle. So it inspired me to want to play with this one. So let's see what we come up with. I'm wearing some brown blush today. It's Dior Mahogany, and I am wearing Larch from Hourglass on my lips. And this is in a video that's already up. So blush and lip combos with Heather Austin. So if you want to see me do a whole bunch of blush and lip combos, I will have that video in the cards or the description box. I'm gonna start with this rosy gold tone. Let's just swatch it really fast. I don't think I swatched the coral one, but this is really simple. Of course, I'm running out of time. Here comes Marky with his foolery. Are you dressed? You have your shoes and socks on? There we go. So that's what we're working on. Are you dressed? But you need to get started. This is giving a little sheen here. It's just giving a little brow bone highlight. It's not super pigmented. All right, next I want to step into this. I think I'm gonna go into this green. Not step into it. I'm using the Singe Beauty brush. I don't think we're going this week. We'll be back next week.
Why?
Because we gotta finish getting the house cleaned up. And Marky wants to go to karate today, but I'm just not ready. We have so much to clean up just from Christmas, and we need to de-Christmas. Christmas. Just like that, it's over, you know. Going into the rose gold with the green just a little bit. This is a pretty good green. I mean, it's got some pigment to it, which is, you know, well, you know, we want it to have pigment, but you know what I mean. I almost feel like I have too much green on this eye. Oh, let me look at it from far away. Yeah, it's not bad. I just went back into the rose gold a little bit. All right, so now we're gonna go into this gold grungy green color. And I think we're gonna spray it and see. This is a Sonia G soft shader. Well, let's just do it without it first. Let's just see what it looks like. That's actually pretty like that. Let's see if we spray it. I'll time in a few. I'll time.
Can I get my phone?
It's in here. And I need you to eat your food and take all your medicine. I think that looks really nice. For the under eye, I'm gonna go into the center brown shade. I'm just taking it slightly underneath the lower lash line. Don't want it to be too deep. And finally, for the inner corner highlight, we're gonna go into this champagne satin color. And I'm gonna spray this as well. By the way, as soon as I got to work, my coworker was like, your makeup looks so good. And I was like, that daggone Coral Paisley every time. I wanted to tell y'all that. I'm gonna come back with my mascara and liner and let you know how I feel about the second look. All right, back with the finished look. I used the shade Willow on the lower lash line from Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath, the Dark Star Mascara. Let me know what you think about Jungle. I actually really like it, okay. Do we still love her? Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. I am having fun with these and they're so easy to use. I think this came out really pretty. So let's do another one. I forgot to tell you what scent I'm wearing. I'm wearing my Investing in Others hoodie. I think I've seen that like a gazillion times. I'm wearing Bitter Peach by Tom Ford and I'm also wearing Vanilla S. I'm on the fence about it, so that's why I haven't done any type of talking about it yet, but I'm layering them both together today. So, all right, now let's get into the next look. All right, we're back for our look with Beaute or Beaute, and I'm actually recreating the look that I did on Friday. And that was another one. One of the kids was like, Miss Chambers, I really like your makeup. I was like, oh, okay. I can't remember if anyone said anything about the Jungle one. But definitely Coral Paisley. That was it, honey. All right, so on my face, I'm wearing some Dior products. So I just wanted to mention, this is the Forever Glow Veil primer, and it is almost done. You can see that there's some in here, but it's really just around the edges. I really like this primer. It's a glowy primer. I would definitely get another one, but NRN, not right now. I'm wearing a Dior blush. I'm wearing the shade Galactic, which was from the holiday collection last year. Where is it? And this is the blush right here. I really like this one. So this one pretty light, but you can definitely build it. And then on my lips, I'm wearing a Dior Velvet Matte in the shade 300 Nude Style. And I have on a Persona liner. So let's do it. We're gonna take this brush from Gigiz Beauty and I'm gonna go into this peachy shade. This was my first time wearing this one and I really like it. So this is just gonna give a little flush of color in the transition area. You see it's a little sheen. Now the Beaute Quint, I believe, came out last summer. There were two. There was like Riviera and Beaute. So even though I don't really buy these things all the time, I do pay attention to the releases because I just enjoy that. Now I'm gonna go into this brown here. And most likely I'll use all 5 shades, even though I know that's not the design. Probably could have gone into this first, but this is just gonna give me a little more color, a little more pigment in the crease, just a little bit. I'm gonna go into this reddish brown here. And I love how I can just use the same brush. Now, this is the only matte in this quint. I also love the softness of the Gigiz Beauty brushes. They're really good for blending. You can see that looks really nice right there. And that's all she wrote for that one. I'm gonna get a shader brush for our lid. I'm just gonna take this one from MSQ. And do I have something? Yeah. And I'm gonna be spraying it. I'm gonna go right into this beautiful gold center shade. It's very pigmented on the brush. And that's gonna be my lid color. With our lid shade, go back into that reddish brown a little bit. just so it's all seamless. Now for the lower lash line, I'm just gonna go with this pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here, and then back into the matte. And now for the inner corner highlight, I'm gonna tap into this champagne color, and I'm gonna spray that. And there's the third look. I'm gonna go get my liner and mascara, and I will be back to close out the video. All right, I am back with the last and final look. So again, Friday was my first time using the DIOR Quint, but I would say I do love this. This was really easy to use. This actually reminds me of a look that I could create with the Natasha Denona bronze palette. So if you have that one, you could definitely create this look, but I really like it. And I guess I see why my students always like the natural look. They do not like when I have a whole bunch of makeup on. And you know what? That says something, because kids are honest. So, you know, it's letting me know, you know, when I look my best. And sometimes less is more. Oftentimes it is. So I don't know. I just think they like the simplicity, and I guess I do too. So let's go ahead and get into my final thoughts on these quints. So final thoughts. I have to say that when these became like the thing in 2020 for the luxury beauty channels, I was getting into indie. So these were not holding a candle to indie makeup. I wanted the shiftiest, sparkliest, shiniest, wettest looking shimmers. Like that's what I was getting into. So these were quite boring, quite underwhelming. Like, what is the point? So I remember when I did my declutter recently, I want to say Jungle was in there. DIOR might have been in there. And you know, I undecluttered stuff too. I want to say Black Bow was in there, and I did have some family members come over and go through that box of decluttered palettes. And now some of them are gone that I wish I could undeclutter. Like Black Bow went missing. So I found another Black Bow on Macari. It just came. I think I may have paid $35 for it because it's the older formula, because Black Bow doesn't exist anymore. They changed the formula and they changed the name of the quint. So I was like, nope, I want my Black Bow back. So I was like, let me make sure none of my DIOR quints are in that decluttered box. I think 3 years later, I can really appreciate the simplicity. I can see why people that have textured lids would go more for a formula like this, where they can wear color and the shimmers are not going to accentuate any type of texture on your lids. And I'm getting older, so you know, right now I don't have any texture, but it's just something to keep in mind, like just to see the different viewpoints of why people like the products that they do. I'll also have to say, I just used one brush, 2 brushes. The blendability is great. These quints have a 6-month shelf life. That's the other thing here. 6-month shelf life. I have had some of these for 3 years, just about. They are performing with no problem. And I really like that because, as we've talked, I've had shades dry up in palettes that haven't even reached their shelf life. And I need my makeup to last. This has become an investment, and I need to get the most that I can out of it, even if it's just being able to swatch it or wear it. I'm not even talking about for doing YouTube stuff. I just want to see the return on my investment. I don't want to go into something a year later. I mean, because I do check on my palettes and stuff is dried up. It makes you feel like, damn, that was a waste. But I don't feel like I've wasted these. I actually feel like I've grown to really appreciate the DIOR quints, and again, how simplistic and how easy they are. And I understand, like, this is probably underwhelming, you know, for many people, especially because I do a lot of indie makeup. But I don't know. There's just something to be said with the simplicity and just not having to think about color combinations, or is this going to get muddy, or is this going to blend right? Those just weren't concerns. So this is perfect for me to use in the morning when I'm going to work. And I really love this little bronzy goddess look. So let me know your thoughts. Do you have some luxury makeup? Do you have a preference? What are your thoughts? And that's gonna be it. Let me know if you want to see me use more of my Dior Quints, because I do have more, and I even have the bigger Dior like eyeshadow palettes. I found one on Macari and treated myself to another one over Christmas time. So let me know. I usually don't do too much with it, but I'm really starting to get back into them. So that's gonna be it for our first mocktails and makeup, y'all. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself, talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all really, really soon. Bye.